Hello everyone and welcome back to Rexstone. We have our winner's match. Singleton match here. The loser's match, the loser goes home. So here's what happens. Here's what happened to get here. Trevor defeated Scott, but then fell in a very close match versus Pat here. And Trevor, I know for a fact that he's itching for a rematch. On the flip side, he's facing Robert. Rob faced off against Pat and lost in the first round pretty decisively, but then came back and defeated Scott in the first round's loser round, and now guaranteed himself a point, but now he's looking for revenge on Pat. He has to get through Trevor to do so. So either way, Pat gets a rematch from either his first round or his second round matchups, and we'll see what happens. Alright, let's switch back into the game. There we go. Alright, just letting him know we're ready. So, just to remind you guys real quick that Trevor is bringing Paladin, and Pat is doing Rob is doing a Rogue. So it'll be Paladin v Rogue. Should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to this matchup quite a bit. And after this, we only have one more match left before we do the semi-final. We get to the semi-finals. It should be a good one. So, really, all that's at stake at this point for these guys is 1 point extra from what they already have, and elimination from the tournament. So, whoever wins this match could potentially win it all. So there's enough to worry about here. All right, let's do this. We'll look at Rob's first person perspective. Words. All right. Best of 3. Singleton match. Remember the rules.
Watch your back.
The rules are there are no restrictions other than the fact that only a single copy of cards are allowed in decks. So whenever you see a card be played, it's the first and last time you'll see it.
Well met.
The pleasure is mine.
Alright, so looking at Rob's hand here, he's got himself a golden Van Cleef. It's very nice. He's full of gold cards, this guy. Looking on Trevor's side, he doesn't have a great turn 2 play. He could just, of course, pop the reinforce here, which is probably what he's going to do. Or he's coining. Oh, Acolyte. That's not a bad play at all. Didn't see that. Acolyte of Pain. So both players are looking for a little bit of the long game here with some card drawing on the board. Cold Light Oracle. That is an interesting card. Relatively early in the game, it's not that dangerous to play, I suppose, because the opponent can't play all the extra cards he's getting. He's just your mana restricted at this point. Yeah, looks like Trevor's going to get his wish and get a couple extra bonus cards. Ooh, he could even silence Loot Hoarder, but this is his only silence in the deck, I imagine. So he has to play this very carefully. He could Divine Shield the Acolyte, but he doesn't get a card draw that way. And if he plays Giant Juggler, it's basically throwing it to the Wolves. So he'll draw a card first, which is smart. He gets Aldor Peacekeeper. Could be a good drop for now, but again, he probably wants to save it, so maybe it's just worth making a token here. Because next turn he has the True Silver Champion to clear the board, or even the Hammer of Wrath. On the flip side here for Rob, on turn 4 play, he has Defender of Argus, potential Van Cleef play, but not really. He's got no way to chain anything right now, so it's really. He could play the Farseer or the Argus. Oh, okay. Trevor's going to burn the Argent Protector to do that. It could be worth it, actually. It is a pain in the butt for a rogue to deal with that without Fan of Knives. Alright, so. Options here. He could. He can't really. This is not going to do anything right now, so it's kind of useless. He could hit. He could pop the shield and heal up. He could Defender of Argus, make it a 3/3 taunt. Either way, it's not a great play. So he's going to opt to go for the knives. take a swing. And he will finish him off. And Trevor's got a lot of cards in his hand, up to 9 now. He will draw to 10. He's got to play some cards. Bolvar. Nice, and got him relatively early in the game, which will be excellent for in the future. Alright, so many cards in his hand. What the...
That was a mistake.
Yeah, I figured that was a mistake.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I'm assuming he
That was a
misclicked.
mistake.
He misclicked hard there.
Protects me.
That hurts a lot. That's the one and only quality gone from the game. We'll see if that comes to bite him in the rear in the future. I'm assuming he's trying to play a card, either the Hammer of Wrath or True Silver here. Alright, 5 mana play. Could silence the Belcher. It's not a bad silence target. Sword of Justice also... Sorry, True Silver Champion also works really well here. You pop the shield and you swing in with the sword. Hammer Wrath is not quite enough. Bolvar slowly but surely is going to grow in strength. And him and Tyrion are both in hand now, so they will probably be factors in the game. Sylvanas is very much a thorn in either one of those guys' sides. That'll be a key factor in this game. If Sylvanas could somehow snag, especially Tyrion, that would just be deadly. A lot of solutions in both players' hands here. Let's see what Trevor decides to do. He'll opt for the True Silver play. I like that play personally. It's going to be tough to get through the slime on the other end of it, but at least this way, the Belcher's no longer a factor. Alright, Spider Tank is drawn. Yeah, that's a smart play there. Basically a free kill. So you can play the Azure Drake, you could play Arcane Golem and Spider Tank. It might be a little
I
iffy.
have no time for games.
Pulls out Sylvanas right away. That is very interesting. Alright, let's see how this works out. So how can Trevor punish that? Well, he could silence Sylvanas, that's for sure. And that's probably one of the best silence targets you'll ever find. And does he hold the sword? It's probably not worth swinging into the 1/1. He will throw the Knife Juggler out and hope to get a lucky knife. A 1 in 4 chance. 2 in 4 actually, if you want to just kill something. Ooh, very nice hit there. He's still not up to use the sword just yet. Can't blame him. Alright, so Bolvar's up to 3/7. Once you get to about 4/7, it's already worth playing. It just depends how much higher you really want it to be. Because 4/7 is basically the equivalent of Fugan? Yeah, Fugan. Or a fully healed Blade Master. Alright, so these two guys are going toe-to-toe. Pretty good here. Yeah, so Bolvar's up to 4/7. Earthen Ring Farseer to heal Sylvanas. Very nice. Shame. Oh, Edwin Van Cleave comes into play. Alright. So how does Trevor deal with this board here? Well, he does have the Bolvar play. He also has the infamous combo of Aldor Peacekeeper and a Kodo. It looks like he's opting... He can't quite pull the combo off, but Sylvanas is very much not a factor anymore. He'll effectively go for... He won't clear the board, but he neuters it pretty hard, which I like very much. Oh, the Redemption play. Redemption with Tyrion is just disgusting if you ever got that far. Blingatron, hello. Wouldn't necessarily be the worst move ever to play Blingatron at this point. But if I recall, he might have the he might have Harrison Jones as well. I can't remember. All right. Trevor draws his own Azure Drake. Bolvar here is not a bad play. 6/7, it's pretty beefy. Bolvar followed by an Oiatron. Was she just gonna go for Tyrion now? Ooh, that'd be ballsy. He can also drop Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom's not a bad choice either. Even the Sledge Belcher at this point. Any, like, almost every card in his hand is actually worth... It has some merit to play. Is he going to go for Bolvar now? He is. Looks thinking about it.
Let me think.
So if Bolvar gets dropped, he effectively trades for 2 creatures, which is still pretty good. Alright, so... Trevor's very indecisive here. Is it Bolvar? Or is he going to wait a while on Bolvar? Alright, so he will do the Bolvar and Annoyatron combo. So it's actually quite annoying to kill this thing now. Ooh. Does he have enough mana to pull this full combo off? He needs 6, 7, he needs 8. No. He can't do the Tinker Sharp Sword Oil and the Blade Flurry all at once. Just not in the cards. Not this turn anyway.
I wonder.
At this point, Arcane Golem doesn't. Its negative doesn't really matter anymore. We're already pretty much near max mana, so he could use this as well to get through it. Throwing this and the Spider Tank, throwing this down, and then clearing this could be a good way to kill Bolvar. But again, Bolvar, is it really that big of a priority to kill him? Probably. Argus is also an excellent play here. That'll do it as well. Probably not as efficiently, but doesn't at this point. These guys have so many cards in their hands that efficiency is, while yes, useful, it's not the biggest deal at the moment.
Choose soon.
Alright, Rob's got to make a decision quick here. So he goes for the Argus play.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, another mistake made there. So, unfortunately, I don't know if it just landed on the wrong thing, but he didn't get the benefit for his weapon, which sucks. Because that's +3 attack on your weapon is pretty darn useful. Turns your knife into essentially a true silver. All right, Stampeding Coda would kill Sylvanas. Would be one way to start clearing that board. But Trevor might also be thinking, well, the Rogue didn't actually kill instant gib the Bolvar, so maybe Tyrion here isn't a bad play. Stampeding Kodo is the choice, though. That goes down.
Reporting for duty.
And he will bop that Spider Tank. Alright, these guys are equal health. Relatively even boards. And we'll see what happens here. Lotheb. Alright, so he's... You know, the board is his canvas. He can do whatever he'd like with it. Blingatron could be fun here. He might give himself a good weapon to clear something extra on the board. But at this point, he can clear everything, but... Actually, he can clear everything without it being fancy. Probably throw the Drake into here, throw the Argus into here, knife up, kill that, and drop anything you want. You want to drop Boom? You want to drop Lotheb? Either one of these is a good play. I think Boom is just more mana efficient at this point. You would go for Lotheb? Not bad when you have the board, to be honest. Interesting. He's not opting. He's just going to go for the... Oh, I see what he's trying to do. So he's trying to rush this. He's trying to rush this a little bit. Muster for battle. All right. Not very useful at this point. I think either Sludge Belcher or Tyrion here is pretty solid. Trevor might have to risk playing Tyrion this early. Because you can trade this, it's not a problem. It's just anything afterwards. He's thinking Tyrion.
Put your faith in the light.
Alright, the big boy's dropped.
Reporting for duty.
And Sylvanas we know is not an option. An Assassinate would be perfect here. Nope, Gelbin Mechatork. Which could be fun as well. Alright, so how does he deal with Tyrion? The fun fact is, Blingatron will be able to kill Ashbringer, because it gives the players a new weapon. So that is definitely an option. Homing chicken. Well, that's not gonna live. No, Mechatork is still 6 for a 6/6. It is a potent body. Trevor is not even questioning. That has to die. You're not getting 3 cards for free. Alright. So, Divine Shield takes care of that. Guardian of Kings heals him up. And redemption is gross. So gross right here. Alright, anti-heal bot. So, the play here. Now, if Rob doesn't oh! Well, Trevor gets light just as he gets a cog hammer. It really didn't do all that much. Other than, you know, play some cool music and have a 3-4 body. So probably not what Rob was looking for. And Trev really doesn't care, because if Tyrion dies, he gets himself the Ashbringer.
So many options.
Now, if Blade Fury is played here, his redemption play is foiled. But then again, does he realize this is redemption, or does he think it's get down or avenge? Most people would probably think it's one of those two, but did Rob see some previous games here? It really depends. Lotheb, so if he plays the Arcane Golem, he can use his face in the Arcane Golem to kill Tyrion and save Lotheb. Looks like he's going to do that. But the ultimate redemption play is real. Okay, Blade Flurry. What gets redeemed?
Put your faith in the light.
Tyrion gets redeemed. And that, my friends, is probably the game-winning move. Blessing of Kings seals the deal.
Well played.
He's got 16 damage, plus 4 is 20 exactly. He has lethal. Does he see it? I don't know if he sees it yet. He's looking to trade at this point. Okay, maybe now he sees it. Blessing of Kings. Yeah, Rob is not very happy. Oh, Trevor doesn't see lethal. He had it. He had 20 damage on the board. Oh no. Will he live to pay? Will this be? Could he avenge this? Big Game Hunter can kill Tyrion now. I don't think. Oh, silence works too. But if you silence it, you can't BGH it. He's already got Ashbringer at this point. I think Rob is still dead, but the missed lethal. I hope so, Greg. I hope so. All right, so the game is not over yet. It isn't over yet. This is still. Oh, Lay on Hands probably seals it here. Well, every extra turn that Rob gets is basically, it's basically a you know, an extra chance he shouldn't have had. Harrison Jones here, finished off the weapon, draws him an extra card, I guess. Puts an extra body on the board, draws him Gnomish Inventor, and Trevor's just going to start whacking on the face. All right, so unless Rob has a good play this turn, it's pretty much going to be it. Might have to sprint for an answer. That's what he's doing. Sabotage, interesting. And Eviscerate. Both of which... Do they save him? No. That is it. Trevor survives the misplay. The redeemed Tyrion at the end of the day is what really screwed things up. Trevor wins game 1. A very interesting matchup. It went back and forth until Tyrion really got dropped. It was anyone's game, and even if the redemption play wasn't there, it might have still been pretty even. I guess the saving couple things. Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. So one thing I would have done in Rob's case, if you know Trevor's playing Tyrion, you know it. So you save unless you need a Blingatron. Oh yeah. All right, so Trevor's 1 win away from moving on to the semifinals for his rematch against Pat, and that series was so close that it could really go either way in the semifinals. It'll really depend on the draws themselves and maybe how the players play it based on the cards they get. It's really a coin flip. That matchup is totally a coin flip, and I'm really looking forward to that. If it happens, Rob might still have something to say about that. He's got to win the next 2 games to prevent Trevor from moving on. Will he do that? Let's find out. Let's go from Trevor's perspective on this game. So, we kind of know each other's the decks now. Let's see what happens.
Watch your back.
I will fight with honor.
All right. Well, Trevor's.
Well met.
That's what Trevor. I didn't see the mulligans. So maybe that's just what he ended up with. All right. On Rob's side, he got sprint to start off, which is never a fun time. All right. Knife juggler. See how long he lives for. Probably not very. Now, if I'm Rob, I save that owl. That owl. Tyrion was basically the game breaker last time. But no, he's thinking of doing it right now. He's hoping maybe they end the game before Tyrion even is a factor. I do agree, though. Like, a muster for battle play here is ridiculously bad.
Speak to me.
Smart play to hit the face. Basically, make the owl trade. Don't waste the 3 damage. Alright, Piloted Treader is next. Trevor has an interesting option here. He could use the True Silver Champion or the Hammer of Wrath here. Either one's a viable play. Hammer of Wrath and potentially get something that has hopefully 2 attack or less. So the Acolyte can pop it and survive. Alright, the Hammer of Wrath plays here. Gets himself a card. Aldor Peacekeeper. And a light well. Alright. Actually, Trev hit that light well. Yeah. Now, the reason you want to do that on light well is you give it'll heal any random damaged friendly target. So if there's more than one, it'll have to pick one. If you attack the face, then it'll just healed up and wouldn't have done anything. Alright, Earthen Ring Farseer. Once again, now Trevor. I actually play Kodo here. I don't know if I agree with the Kodo just yet. I think the True Silver would be better here. For the simple reason that now the Acolyte is basically just going to give you 1 card. But the Light Well is gone, so that is something. Blood Mage Thalanos into Eviscerate. Hello. 5 damage Eviscerate. Goodbye, Kodo. Well, Kodo still did his job. Alright, the one and only Consecration is probably not the play here. But Trevor wants a clear board. I can't blame him. And it seems like Rob is also kind of low on some creatures, so it is something. Alright, Shieldbot's on the board. This time Trevor does have equality and hopefully won't misplay it like he said. Sledge Belcher. Alright, similar play to last time is possible. The True Silver. Bop the shield on your shield bot to finish it off. Guardian of Kings is a play as well. Don't like that one as much. Mainly because you don't get the 6 health value. Still a 5/6 body, but I think getting True Silver out there is probably the best. Could Aldor it as well, but it's probably bigger threats out there for Aldor. The combo with the Kodo's gone though. That's the only disappointing thing. Alright, so we know the play on this side. Blingatron here again to deal with the second swing of the True Silver Champion. You risk giving a better weapon though, but you give yourself one and then this one's gone. So that's a possibility. Alternatively, he could combo the Tinker Sharp Sword Oil. Mind you, the Neutron really negates that. Anti-Keelbot is not good value here. He could just sprint here, to be honest, and just wait it out. He does have his AoE available to him, and these 2 cards right here, if he makes himself some knives, it's a 8-mana combo to basically essentially a Flame Strike value of 4 damage across the board. He will sprint here. Gets the Sylvanas, Sap, Spider Tank, awesome, all excellent cards. And a Backstab. Ooh, that top deck. Alright, so Trevor has another redemption play. It's a bit sillier on this time because of the Neutron. But the value would be there. You could redeem. Oh, he's burning his weapon now. Interesting. Will he drop Redemption here? There's not a bad target for it. Alright, Lotheb is drawn. Alright, so what I mentioned earlier is still possible, but not entirely worth it anymore. Because it won't kill the Garden of Kings. It was great. It would be great on the board of weenies.
I have no time for games.
That's a pretty solid play. Neutron will probably fall here. Nope, it does not. Alright. Now, Sylvanas is as annoying as they come. The good news is here, there's a perfect scenario where Trevor can deal with this. He attacks Sylvanas, whatever gets taken can then just die to with the other thing. Like, worst case, he gets an Annoyatron. Whoop-de-doo. If he gets this, then he just finishes it off with the Annoyatron. That'd be the best play, I think. That's also not a bad play to try to so if as long as it doesn't take the Annoyatron, which it doesn't, no problem.
The pleasure is
Rob should have probably killed the Annoyatron the turn before to prevent such play. Good play by Trevor. It's a good way to deal with Sylvanas. It's never an easy card to deal with. Lotheb falls on the board. SI7 agent. Alright, so Rob asserts his position on the board here. Bolvar, you're a little late to the party again, buddy. I think Aldor here is not bad. I think it's quite reasonable. Certainly you could equality here. And kill Lotheb. Ooh, I like that play. Alright, so Trevor says, the board is mine. Forget you. Alright, so. Lots of answers in Rob's hand, and he's about to get some more. Azure Drake and Defender Vargas. Trevor draws into Tyrion. Hello. Alright, almost full value on the heal and the anti-heal bot. Once again, another slow-paced game here. Harrison Jones can draw Trevor 2 cards right now. He knows Blingatron exists, though, so maybe it'd be worth waiting. I think Belcher here is pretty solid. He's gonna go for Tyrion right away? That'd be... So be it. And the redemption play is real again. Except now, Rob does have an answer for this. It's called Blade Fury. Blade Fury kills this, and the redemption play is foiled. Sap also works really well here, too. Yeah, he's going to sap it, and he's going to kill the Peacekeeper. Now, redemption still has good value, because even if you kill it, you can then, you know, probably trade it with something else.
Well played.
Why would you use... I don't understand that play, to be honest. Unless you're saving it for a Blade Fury next turn. Well, the redemption does finish things off on the board here. Alright, Loot Hoarder and Azure Drake drop on the field. Trevor's play now. So you know Sap's gone.
That belongs in a museum.
Harrison Jones, good play. Gives himself a muster for battle. Which I don't mind here, actually. Belcher's also really good. Yeah, so Belcher's the play. I like it. Big Game Hunter may get a target yet if Bolvar gets big enough. Trevor might try to be wary about that. 6-7 is probably the most ideal stat line you can get. Defender of Vargas plays be really strong. Clear the Belcher, no problem. And Gelbin Megatorg. Yikes. Wow. Coghammer, that's a play. A free trade on the Azure Drake. Now might be the time to play Bolvar. I would think. Yeah, he's thinking about it. No, he's... Oh, he'll reinforce first? Okay. That removes the betrayal play. I like that positioning. So no BGH target here. Unless he cold bloods it. Cold blood could be a play for this. Alright, he's gonna drop the spider tank. Thinking about it. He does have the Gallywix, doesn't he? Yeah, trade picks Gallywix. Not sure how I feel about him in this particular game, but it's still a 5'8" body. It's not a bad stat line to begin with. How does this work? At the end of your turn, restore 6 health to a damaged character. It could be anybody. So it could be yourself, it could be a minion, it could be the enemy. It's very random. That's why Gelbin was mostly he was a promo card from the beta. So they wouldn't want to give people anything too crazy here. Is Gallywix to play?
Hey, pal, Trade Prince Gallywix here.
It certainly is. I end up healing the Defender of Argus. That's cute. Okay, so Trevor knows spells here will be his bane. But then again, he doesn't really care. Probably won't play any spells this turn. Tyrion? Once again, he's getting around the betrayal move here.
Your faith in the light.
So does Bolvar hit. Alright. Popping the Divine Shield will be annoying, regardless. Gallywix is essentially a big tough version of Low Walker Cho. Makes it very awkward for you to do things. Ah, the BGH play is real.
I've got the beast in my sight.
And Blingatron says no to Ashbringer either. I like that play a lot. But you just gave a Paladin Doomhammer. That's a bit gross, actually. Alright, well, Trevor could take a lot of damage here. But then heal himself right back up with Lay on Hands. Now that is gross. So you take 9, and then use this to effectively only take 1. You'll be down to 19, with only a Blingatron and a heal bot, repair bot. Oh, it is a mech too. I forgot that Gelbin's things were mechs. Debatably, Doomhammer is better for Trevor in this instance than Ashbringer would have been, but them's the breaks. Sword of Justice is also excellent on this side. Sunwalker will be clutch here, I think. Unfortunately, Trevor has to take another turn of beatings.
Reporting for duty.
Sabotage is also an excellent card here. Wow. That combo. Trevor gets the heal though. Them's the breaks of the repair bot. Alright, well, Sunwalker or Sneed's Old Shredder here is, I like both.
Truth is my shield.
You could Blessing a King's that actually, that'd be hilarious. Trevor might be thinking that actually. Yep. He's going for the ultimate taunt. 8-9.
I'm almost out of cards.
Wow, we're getting the point in the deck here. 1 card left, 3 cards left. This has been a slugfest. These guys just won't die. So, is Van Cleef going to be the combo maker here? Because really, how else do you deal with this thing? There's no good way to deal with that big taunt. Not in Rob's hand, unfortunately. Trevor's probably praying that there's no assassinate. Dr. Boom's on the board. Oh, the bombs get buffed. That's wrong. Ironically, the bombs get buffed before Boom does. That's funny. Alright, a full board here. And one Sunwalker to rule them all at this point. Trevor gets healed again. Wow, that repair bot. Well, this is a bit awkward. You could drop Sneeds, you could drop Dr. Boom. Boom and Muster for battle might not be the worst thing here. Because the bombs would be the biggest thing, so if you can give some targets for the bombs, it might not be, it'd be pretty good. Azure Drake can give him another card, but I think the answer's already in his hand here. The Blade Fury play is real on this side, though. This combo here can wreck the field. Boom gets sniped. Now what does Trevor do? He's just going for pure value here. Dropping the shredder. Dropping the golems. The pilot shredder. And the piloted sky golem. Alright, this is it, folks. All of Rob's cards are laid bare. No cards left in the deck. Can he win in time? Whiffs on that bomb. Arcane Golem is dropped. Ooh, Van Cleef gets huge. He's going to try to rush Trevor down. He's running out of time. Oh, the Blade Fury played. Not enough mana to do it. So, it really depends on who this heals. If it's Trevor, he has a chance. Oh, that bomb. Oh no, it healed him. Alright, well, Iron Beak Owl is clutch here. So, Trevor has to survive. He just has to survive. There's 4 damage here. I don't know if he can do it, guys. Actually, he can. Snow Chucker can stop him from attacking. But Blade Fury also hurts Trevor. Can he do this?
I wonder.
I don't know. Silence must be used on Van Cleef, without a doubt. There's nothing else that's worth silencing. Boom does nothing for him here. Muster for battle, again. He could... The weapon doesn't do anything for him. I think he needs to Azure Drake to get the last card in his deck. Oh, this is so close, guys. He will silence Van Cleef and maybe do some math from here. If he's smart, he shouldn't hit this, because it can either do 4 damage or 4 damage. Either way, this will happen. If I'm Trevor, I clear the board as best I can. You can't prevent the damage. He will muster for battle here.
Reporting for duty.
Just get more bodies on the board here.
Quickly.
Snow Chugga should hit. Ooh. That's it, folks. Unfortunately for Trevor, that is game. Unless, now the healing only happens at the end of that turn.
Well played.
I don't think there was a way out for Trevor there. There might have been something slightly more efficient to prevent damage, but... Blade Flurry finish. Down to the last card that can attack. Rob takes game 2. Brings it back to match point. 1 game takes all. So the winner of this next match faces Patrick in the semifinals. The loser goes home, eliminated from the tournament, and leaves with only 1 point in the standings for regular season of Season 1. Very close match. Could have gone either way. Right down to fatigue for both players. That was intense. That was really intense, guys. So we'll see. Rubber match. Excellent Blingtron play in Game 2 by Rob there. Tyrion was a non-factor, got sapped away, and then dealt with accordingly. Here we go. Winner takes all. Game 3. Who wants the shot at Patrick more? Is it Rob or is it Trevor?
I will fight with honor.
Watch your...
And unfortunately for Pat, he's not watching now, but maybe he'll be watching the VODs later. We shall see. Alright, not the most ideal start here for Rob. Trevor, on the other hand, what does he got? Oh, he's got Bolvar in his starting hand.
Well
Beautiful.
The pleasure is mine.
Alright, so the shenanigans begin for Trevor. The Bolvar play is real. Starts off with the Shield of Minibot. Such a good card. I just had an arena where I had 4 of them. It was wonderful. Rob just knifes up. He will pop the shield. You gotta do it eventually anyway. So Minibot gets at least 4 damage in, which is pretty good. No turn 3 play here, so Silverhand Recruit it is.
Reporting for duty.
Alright. Potential plays for Rob here. Ooh, again, nothing great here. He could kill the 1-1 and knife up again. He can drop Thalnos. Probably wishes he had a backstab or something here, but he does not, alas. Alright, Trevor's turn 3 play. Once again, not a great draw for Trevor here. Good news is he still has board control. Alright, Silverhand recruit. Okay, now Rob on turn 4 does have some plays. He could sabotage, but to no good value here. Van Cleef, again, not very useful here. So, the Battle of the Hero Power is early game here, folks. Alright. That shield bot did some work, folks. That's for darn sure. Alright. Piloted Shredder. Good value 4-drop. Essentially has replaced Yeti in a lot of decks now, just because of how useful the Death Rattle is. Alright, Azure Drake could be a play. You kind of just feed it to the Shredder, though. That's the only problem. Well, drop Antique Healbot instead. Gets the full 8. I don't mind that. Trevor will probably just trade this directly. Turn 5 play, he has Stampede and Kodo. Doesn't do anything here. Bolivar at 4-7 is not terrible. Oh, Argent Protector play. I like that even better. Gets the free trade here. Alright, Trevor is got the dominance on the board for now. What can Rob do about it? No, he's got a potential backstab into Van Cleef play here. Can make himself a 6-6, it looks like. Backstab. Arcane Golem. Not sure if you really want to do that at this point. Again, you could just Drake here. That's what he's going to do.
Job's done.
Backstabbing for 3. I do like that play. Gilbin Stalker. Hello. Pretty good 2-drop to get from a Shredder. Equality's drawn here. Could be useful later. So, Trevor does not have a weapon yet. He could trade, and get himself a big fat Bolvar. Trade 1. Maybe play it when it's at 6 instead of 7. And then trade the other. Also, the Sky Golem here is at play as well. He's very much aware of the big game hunter in the deck, though. After it killed his Tyrion last game. Either play here is actually pretty good for Trev's sake. Alright, so he will create the 6-7 Bolvar. Very smart play. Basically a 5-mana Boulder Fist Ogre. Not too shabby. Alright, looks like the sabotage play will be real here. So Bolvar did his job. He basically killed some hard removal. Now the Sky Golem falls. Another really annoying minion to deal with. Coldlight Oracle. Dr. Boom is the play instead. So how do you deal with this board? You could Kodo to kill one of the bombs and see what happens. You could Equality, but to no real... Actually, you could Equality Consecrate here, actually. That wouldn't be the worst thing. A bit much for killing just Dr. Boom, though. Oh, Aldor Peacekeeper. I do like that play.
Let me think.
Ooh, that's a risk. Trevor doesn't get burnt.
Follow the rule.
Is he going to go YOLO Kodo here? 50-50 chance of killing Boom? I suppose neither one of those cards are a big threat. I wouldn't be so hasty to do that. Azure Drake is probably the safer play here. Also gives him the potential of a 3 damage Consecration. And that's the play. Alright, Sap is here. Not too useful. Alright, so Deadly Poison is a play here. I don't know what he decides to hit. Probably not Sky Golem. I highly doubt he'd want to hit that. But with SI7 Agent, he can use that. He can use the bomb to finish things off. Actually, he's going to go for the Azure Drake. Minimizing the things that bombs can hit. Oh! Didn't get the roll he wanted, but Dr. Boom can finish it off. He isn't that useful anymore as a one attacker, so. 4-4, Master of Disguise. Pretty solid stat line for the drop. Alright, well, Trevor still has his 3 damage consecration here. And it will clear the board pretty much. Especially if you trade one thing into it. And that's what's happening. And Cleef goes down. Probably. Yep. And the Sludge Belcher here is excellent. But even Harrison Jones, even better, gets rid of the extra 3 damage attack. Draws himself a lay on hands for the following turns. I'm liking Trevor's position here a lot right now. But on the flip side, Rob isn't quite done yet. Arcane Golem does kill one of them. He's going to go with the Cold Light first. Okay, gets a Blade Fury play potential. Does it have the Owl? Oh dear. Rob did not get the lucky roll on that one. Light's Justice and gave him a Death's Bite. Oh dear. Alright, well with that, you might as well just hit the face at this rate. Trevor is 9, 13 damage. No burst available here. But Tyrion Fordring is available. And he's just going to go for it. He says, screw it. One swing away from death. Well, silence here works pretty well for dealing with Tyrion, but the bigger problem is stopping anything here. So you could silence, you could Arcane Golem to kill something, kill Harrison Jones, and then you have to drop Defender of Argus to taunt things up. You have he has no choice in the matter here. Just to deal with what's available on the board. Sap is also an option instead of Iron Beak. If anything, that's better.
My shield for Argus.
Now he needs to kill. He needs Arcane Golem something. What? Not sure if I agree with the way he did that, but Arcane Golem here would have been a better way to deal with Harrison. Unless he's hoping for a snipe play with Cold Blood to win here. Oh, the redemption play again. Oh, but the silence exists. The one taunt is not enough. Trevor takes game 3, takes the match. Rob, Trevor, that was an excellent series. It was very entertaining. Rob, you played extremely well. Could have really went either way here. Congratulations to Trevor. We've got ourselves a rematch of the previous winners match for Trevor and Patrick in the semifinals. Trevor earns himself another point, so he's now up to 2 points earned in Singleton so far. And well, here, let me just show you guys. Control F12. No, Shift F12. There we go. That's my new shortcut. All right, so Rob is done. Well played, Rob. You did well. He ends up getting a point out of the Singleton tournament. And now, Trevor makes it here against Patrick. I'll fix the lines later. Trevor is now up to 2 points earned. Alright, so the winner of the semifinals gets a chance. He will earn themselves another point and earns themselves a right to play in the finals. The champion gets 5 points total. So still many more points for these, up to 3 more points available for these guys. On the flip side, we're still waiting on Francis and Greg to finish their winners match and see who gets eliminated there. For, once again, a similar situation as here. Hang on, Trevor. Hang on, Trevor. Whoops. Stop playing with it. So Francis and Greg, both of which I've defeated in previous rounds. So the winner will face me in a rematch in the semifinals. Similar situation to what Pat we were just facing here on the upper side. And then the winner between that match will reach the finals. It's going to be really fun finish, guys. I can't wait for it to be over. Look forward to more Singleton games coming up on the channel very soon. Until then, have a good one.